SEC on CBS Game of the Week. Top 10 matchup. Unbeaten LSU hosting No.9 Auburn. Last three meetings have been decided by a total of 10 points. Bo Nix, the freshman. Auburn has not won at LSU since 1999. Joe Burrow, 79% completion percentage. But he's not looking to complete a pass here. To the sideline, takes a hit and gets right back up, Barton.
He loves it. He's saying, give me some more. I like this. He's got some edge. This is why Joe Burrow is the type of quarterback that can lead LSU to beat Alabama, because he's not scared.
Later in the drive, Burrow to Jamar Chase, 27 yards and a first down, and we are in business. And then, next play, Terrace Marshall, touchdown Tigers, LSU up 7-3.
Yeah, remember Terrace Marshall's been injured back this game. LSU's been missing him. Needed that in the red zone, and you see why with that big catch.
Burrow was 6 of 7 for 85 yards on that drive. Gus Malzahn upset about what he thought was a holding call. It was not called, so he was upset about that. After Auburn's second straight 3-and-out, Auburn punts. Derek Stingley Jr. makes a mistake here, drops it, and it's recovered by Auburn.
Don't see very many freshman mistakes from Derek Stingley. There's one.
Ensuing Auburn drive, they're going to turn this into points. Bo Nix in for 6, and Auburn takes a 10-7 lead just before halftime. It would be 10-10 at halftime. Of course, Gus Malzahn, boom. Second half, third quarter, LSU on the 6-yard line. Burrow going to hand it off to his running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, up the middle. And we talked about at halftime of this game, who was going to wear out the other team? Well, it was LSU that wore out this Auburn defense.
And really, it was Auburn's lack of an offense that didn't give the defense much of a break. And LSU's just going to keep on pressing, and they can beat you a lot of different ways, including with Joe Burrow's legs.
Joe Burrow in for the touchdown, his 10th career rushing touchdown. He finishes 32 of 42, 321 yards, 1 touchdown, an interception, just his 4th of the season, completing 32 passes, a career high, as LSU hangs on to win 23-20. The last 4 meetings have been decided by 5 points or less. Auburn falls to 6-2, 15 penalties, most penalties under Gus Malzahn. They punted 10 times in this game, never got things going, but they made it close, and Auburn covers plus 11.5. Under cashes at 58 and a hook. LSU improves to 8-0, and up next, a date with Alabama in 2 weeks. After the game, Jaime Erdahl talking with Ed Orgeron.
Coach, you got a big smile on your face. Is it because of Joe Burrow or Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
I'm just so fired about our football team. Give credit to Auburn. They're a heck of a team. This is a classic battle. We won the football game. Focus on winning the game. Great team win. So proud of our defense.
Is this team where it needs to be to face a #1 Alabama team in 2 weeks?
Well, we're fixing to find out. 2 weeks, I'll tell you that. We're going to have an open date. We're going to enjoy this victory, go out and do some recruiting, and get ready for it.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Fixing to find out. Nah, that was bad. That was bad. I can't. Come on. That was bad. So, Ed-O and the Tigers fixing to find out in 2 weeks. Yeah, because Alabama and LSU are going to be unbeaten when they meet in 2 weeks in Tuscaloosa. It's going to be awesome. That game's going to be on CBS. Ed Orgeron 8-3 against AP top 10 teams since 2016. The 3 losses to Alabama. It's the 10th straight loss for Auburn at LSU. They have not won there in 20 years, now losing their 10th straight. And let's welcome in the man who called this game, Gary Danielson on CBS. And Gary, what a game, a battle of the Tigers indeed, going right down to the wire, 23-20. Yeah. Your reaction to how this game played out?
I think an old-time typical SEC football game. Tough players, great players, a lot of opportunities and decisions being made by coaches in the game. You know, at the end of the half, you saw Gus Malzahn throw up one more play. It was a 3-point play he needed. He didn't get a chance to kick the field goal, but all in all, competitive in all areas. The one missing link, and I don't want to pound on a young freshman player, but not having the quarterback play for Auburn caught up with them in this football game, playing against a team that, with that defense that LSU has, just didn't have enough firepower.
On the other side, obviously, that's where the advantage was at the quarterback position, LSU versus Auburn.
Right.
What were your impressions of another great night out of Joe Burrow?
Yeah, geez. Running out of superlatives to say about Joe and Tua and, Jake Fromm. We've just been blessed with the modern offenses that these kids are playing and the experience they get in high school and going with AAU camps and 7-on-7 camps and private trainers. They're just very, very skilled. An opportunity that Joe Burrow took coming to LSU. Remember, when he came here, this wasn't a landing spot for a passing offense for Joe Burrow. They kind of made it because they saw how good he was, and right now he's a difference maker. They have the ability, LSU, to win any football game against any team. They were a little ragged in their passing game, but give all the credit to this Auburn defensive line. As advertised, they are tough, and they lined up and they gave Joe all he could handle.
Gary, you played quarterback at the highest level in the NFL. When you look at Joe Burrow, and I know aside from his completion percentage, because it's best in the nation, 79%, what does he do so well?
He's a quick thinker, and he's a competitive dude, I'll tell you that. He believes in himself. He's a great leader around his teammates. He wasn't actually talking to Joe Friday afternoon. I go, why weren't you recruited very high? He said, I wasn't a great thrower coming out of high school, but I really improved. Got some private coaching, found a little key to throw the ball a little bit better. And right now, you cannot make an argument. He's going to go high in the first round, and he could fit any franchise. Imagine Joe Burrow going to place. Would anybody be embarrassed to have that guy leading your franchise for the next 15 years? He can do it all. I've seen a lot of great ones, and he's right up there with all of them.
All right, so LSU remains unbeaten. The same cannot be said for Oklahoma. They fall against Kansas State. What does this mean? How does it impact the SEC, Gary?
Well, I think there's so many teams now are so excited about the opportunity to get in the playoffs. Oregon, Notre Dame. Think about two teams from the SEC. Think about two teams from the Big Ten. What if Penn State goes into Ohio State, loses a nail-biter, and Ohio State runs the table? There's a lot of moving parts right now and a lot of teams saying we are alive in this thing. I don't know if the Big 12 will put a team there or not, but it was a game that the rest of college football said, oh, we're alive. And that's going to be fun for all of us that like to follow it right to the last weekend.
Next week on CBS, Georgia and Florida. Then 2 weeks from today, the big game, LSU and Alabama in Tuscaloosa. We'll see you both at both of those games. Gary, great stuff as always. Thanks for joining us here on CBS Sports HQ, my friend.
All right. Thanks, guys.